Hello, today we're going to draw a jack-o'-lantern emote, and I'm going to teach you kind of the steps that I use for drawing emotes. Today I have all these Halloween emotes, so let's go through it step by step, and we'll get right to it. Before I get into the video, I just want to let everyone know that I do stream on YouTube from Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday at 6:30 Eastern. I play games, I draw a little bit. I do kind of all I'm all over it. I'm all over it. That's just how it is. So if you'd like to join me, and if you have questions, I'd be happy to answer them. And if I don't know them, we'll figure them out together. How about that? That sounds good. So the first thing I like to do is I have this brush that I set. It's an Untitled brush. I used it. I should probably show you guys, but I just kind of went through this. I am recording this separately, my voice separately, because I accidentally didn't press record on my computer, but I pressed it on my phone, so I don't know. It's an Untitled brush. It has high tapering, and the opacity is about 50%. So we're gonna go along, and we're just gonna kind of draw a circle. Like it's more of an oval. We're gonna draw an oval. Just like a kind of obviously like a pumpkin is. I'm gonna draw the eye line where I think the eyes should line up, because I mean you kind of want them in the middle, just how like a human face would work, because if it's too high it's gonna look weird. The first thing I do is add these little like swipes, because at the top of pumpkins they come down from the middle of the stem, and they kind of go out into these little almost peels. You know what I'm talking about? Like they almost have peels, but they stop in the middle. I have a reference up, and I wish I could show you. And we're just gonna go around the emote and start doing these little bumps around where the stem would be. I like to get in and erase some of my extra thick line. I use thick line for my drawing, because I can get in the middle when I'm actually inking or something like that. This is time for me to go to the bottom. The bottom gave me a little bit of an issue because I was doing it too big. Just fixing it up there. It's going slow, but it's fine. I think I kind of gave him a little butt chin, but you'll see why when I do the face later on. Starting to come out pretty well. I'm just going over my lines again, making them really dark. I don't know why I do this, even though they should be light. And then, of course, I didn't leave enough room for the stem, so we bring it all the way down, and we're gonna draw the stem coming out of the top, so like where everything would congregate into a stem on a pumpkin. Just a little boy. I kind of gave it like a 3D look with the top of the stem too. You'll see it in a second. I'm left-handed, and I take up so much room on my iPad, I tell you. And I add these little I don't know, tapering lines in and out of it, because like when you see a stem, the stems are usually kind of dry and they're kind of dark. It's like where they got all their vitamins and stuff like that. So it's kind of grungy in a way, but it's not really grungy, if you know what I mean. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but like it's just a little amount of detail that you can add to make it look a little bit better. Here I flipped it. I figured I have a tendency to make all my characters look towards the stream, like if you put it in chat. So I'm gonna make this one go out. I'm doing the eyes right now, and if you see the eyes, these are almost circular eyes. And what I do with these is I make them hollow. When you cut out a jack-o'-lantern, you can see, like at an angle, you can see the sides, like the insides of the jack-o'-lantern. So we add these little hollowness to the eyes, and it gives it just a little bit of a dimension. and it looks nice. I erased the middle part because I don't need it anymore. I think I got my eyes, and I think this is where I am about to. I think this is where I'm about to do the nose. I think so. I'm doing the hollow again, so it matches everything else. And I'm filling in the parts that we're not gonna see in black, and I'm just gonna hollow, like, just fill them in a little bit so as a sketch it's more precise, so you see what you're gonna be drawing rather than like kind of guessing on top of it. And here with the mouth, I think since I gave him a butt chin, I was like, hey, let's make him a little bit doofy. You know, let's give him like that one snaggletooth kind of hanging out. So that's what we did. It's a little low, but it's okay. I think it still works. Gives him the it gives him the little snaggletooth out. Just trying to get these right so I know in the future what I wanted. And look at that, we got a sketch. Looks pretty good. It's exactly what I want it to be. So when we get to the inking, we will start going over the lines here. So what we want to do is we're going to create another line, black, and I have these brushes, the BJ Deal brushes for cartooning and inking. I'll leave a link down in the description for you guys, but this is one of my favorite brushes I ever used. I have a heavy hand, and even as a heavy hand, these give a pretty good tapering effect to your lines. I do go in and change some of these, and if you're struggling with your lines, you can always undo. Just undo it. It's fine. You got time to draw. You got time to fix everything. Just take your time, and it'll come out good. And I take the eraser, like I said, it still gives a good tapering effect, but I still have to erase some of these lines to get like that tapering effect. And there's a part here, see that little bump? I can't get rid of that bump. I keep on making more bumps. Bumps, and I can't fix it. Fix the bump. There we go. That's way better. And that was just one line. That was like 2 minutes for one line. You just got time. Going through this, I like to zoom in a lot for purposes of trying to get the lines right. You don't like trying to draw your whole drawing when it's so zoomed out is harder on you, because like I know people out there are working at like 112 by 112 canvas sizes, which is insane to me because you don't get line weights like you do when you're drawing in like an 1800 by 1800 like I am. So, and the reason I use 1800 by 1800 is because at 1% it's 18 by 18, and it works as a sub edge, and it seems to hold up pretty well. Here I am trying to draw the little butt chin. The little butt chin. Filling in my lines. erasing and tapering. Just trying to, these lines, when they're closer to the light source is, when you're closer to the light, the outline's going to be a little different. So the middle one kind of gave me a little bit of trouble with line weight, as you see here, that I'm just keep on racking my brain with it. And gonna again erase to get the tapering effect. I always seem to do that where I accidentally switch from eraser to brush by double clicking. I don't know why. It's always something that I always do, and I don't. It's like it gets me from back and forth, and I start erasing lines, and I'm like, ugh. So going forward with the stem, we add some of these, like I said before, these outer lines that we're gonna add even more this time, so it gives it more depth. And I think it really shines when there's colors in it. Now we're going on to the eyes. The eyes, fairly simple here. Just a perfect circle, cut line, and with these 3 dash lines that I always do that show it inside. I think I had a problem here, and I don't know why. What just happened, dude? Rhino, what are you doing? Now I'm gonna take my selection tool, my freeform, and I'm gonna go around the eye, click the little spot, copy it, and move it over. So the eyes are the same, just different sizes. Just like that. Now you're gonna have 2 different layers. Just squish them together, and it merges the layers, so they're all on one layer. Easy, easy, easy. And we're just gonna go through the nose and the mouth real fast. So now that our inking is done, oops, found a little bump. Got that away right fast. Go over your lines, make sure you didn't miss anything. Something that you want to fix, something that doesn't look right. I think this looks pretty good. So we're gonna set that layer to reference, and we're gonna make a new layer underneath. Therefore, we can put our colors in without having to color in manually. Bloop, just like that. For the inside of the eyes, we're gonna go for a darker orange, kind of like a brown. We're gonna zoom in and just place them real fast. For the stem, we could have gone for a brown, but like if you want to give it life, I went for a green, maybe a little darker green, maybe a darker green. I did not do a darker green. That looks pretty bright, but it looks okay. Don't worry, I can always change it later if we don't like it. We have all our flat colors down, and it looks pretty good as it is, but it loses kind of its depth. So we're gonna go ahead, create a new layer above, set it to a clipping mask. And for my shading, I like to use this gray blue that you see on the screen here. That's probably my favorite. I set another layer to multiply. 34%, 54%, sorry, 54%. And I just go around filling in these lines, filling in the shade. Showing you where the sun is coming from. So the back behind the pumpkin is going to be darker than the light in front of it. I'm going to add a little drop shadow to the eye. Just kind of make it look like it's an indent rather than eyes protruding. So the indent's going to show a shadow underneath the eyes. Erase the extra that comes in through the brown. I was deciding if I wanted to put shading underneath the mouth, and I decided I wanted to, so it's like an overbite, so he kind of looks even like a little doofier than than suspected. I know you guys can't really see this really small, but right here I'm just testing the outside, and later on I'm gonna make a thicker outline on this, but that's probably the last step that I'm gonna go through. So I want to get my shading done right here, adding it to the inside of the eyes even deeper, so it gives it a deeper effect. Just trying to get that nose right on, you know. Apparently I was live while I was doing this. What the hell? Hold on. Okay, apparently I wasn't. Anyways, let's go on. I don't know what's going on. My computer's exploding. So we're gonna do the highlights. So what we want to do is make another layer, set it to opacity, and use bright white. As you can see, it makes like this cool, like on the orange, it makes a cool yellow, and I absolutely love it. Just trying to get the outsides going. So everywhere that's coming from the light source is gonna have like this highlight. I know the stem looks white. It's not white. It's just the overcompensation of my camera. I apologize for that. Testing to see how small it looks, small, and just gonna thicken some lines up real quick so I can see them when it's tiny, 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 tiny. So now that the highlights are done, I want to do another highlight of this medium orange with an airbrush. And I'm gonna airbrush the middle of the face like it's getting hit by a soft light. You should be able to see how it changes. I think it gives it more. The camera's not doing. Hey, how's it going? The camera's not doing it justice. I am trying. I'm deleting the inside of the noses because that's not where you're gonna see the light. Also up on the stem. And I think it looks pretty good as is right now, but what I really want to do is I want to add that outside black line. So I'm going to go all the way down and create a new layer all the way at the bottom, and I'm just going to do a black line all the way on the outside of this. Look at that chunky line. Oh, it looks so good. There we have it. Me checking the size again. You guys can't really see it. I will leave you guys with a preview of how it looks in Twitch chat from Twitch Contrast. Turning off the background, seeing how it looks. And it looks really good. I think it's perfect for Twitch. Maybe a channel point icon, something like that. But I appreciate you guys being with me. I appreciate you guys drawing along with me if that's what you're doing. If not, get at me. I'll put my Etsy shop below. I'll put, there's links in my YouTube bio. And if you need to contact me for anything, contact me. Thank you so much. I'll see you later.